What if I told you that the Blair Witch Project had a creepier, weirder cousin from Japan that might make you never trust old VHS tapes again? Directed by Koji Shirashi, who also did Carved, The Slit-Mouthed Woman, Noroi, The Curse, blends found footage with a documentary-style storytelling in a way that pulls you in, making it feel like you're watching something you weren't supposed to watch. The story follows a paranormal investigator who's piecing together a chilling mystery involving cursed rituals, missing people, and things that go bump in the night. But it's never just that simple. The further you dig, the more disturbing it gets. And trust me, you'll want to stick around to see just how deep this rabbit hole gets. Let's recap what happens in this movie and unravel this mystery completely. And hopefully we won't catch this curse. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, stay tuned for the breakdown. Cue the Gohan. A narrator describes a documentary too disturbing for the public. Paranormal investigator Masafumi Kobayashi has written books since 1995, learning about the horrors we can't see. Bro is built different. He ain't afraid of no ghosts. However, in April of 2004, Kobayashi meets his match. On April 12th, his house burned down. His wife Keiko was found in the remains of the house. Kobayashi vanished off the face of the earth. And all that's left is this tape. Noroi, The Curse. Now that's how you lead a fake documentary. Just listen to this. The intro was so creepy, the ambient sounds and the building of the story of Kobayashi, Antrim should have took better notes. I genuinely feel like I'm about to die before I watch this. The journey starts November 12th, 2002. I was 3 years old. Ghostbuster Kobayashi interrogates a woman who keeps hearing baby noises from the next house. Yeah, that's clearly a weird thing to hear, babies crying. But this woman is really scared. So Kobayashi checks out the house, meeting neighborhood crackhead Junko Ishii. Someone need to call Jujutsu Kaisen. The cameras picked up this weird sound near the house. Sounds of babies crying. In fact, they isolate over 5 babies in all. Sounds great for the birth rate. Kobayashi returns on the 20th to learn that Junko Ishii moved out of her house. The neighbor hears no more baby sounds, but they find dead birds littered around the property, and then brings the little girl to come see them. I'm just kidding.
Bye bye.
Aww. Oh, they died 5 days later. Both died in a car wreck. She apparently drove into the opposite side of the road. Almost a year later in 2003, a variety TV show presents a psychic teaching psychic children about their powers. The test is to produce this shape without seeing it before. Only one girl does it, Kana Yano, but fails one answer. She was supposed to write this Russian text that says star, but drew this weird mask instead. The next test, she literally materializes water inside of this bottle. Are we sure that's water? But other than water, there is one more thing inside. And let the record show, YouTube, this is water. All this psychic creepy stuff has got me hungry. It's time for some Japanese snacks, come on. Today's video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat, and if you're a fan of Japanese culture, anime, or just love trying out new and exciting snacks, then you're in for a real treat, literally. Tokyo Treat delivers an amazing experience right to your doorstep with a monthly box packed full of authentic, limited edition, fun and exciting Japanese snacks. There's like rare flavors of Kit Kats that you can only find in Japan, and each box has a different theme every month, like this Halloween themed box. Ooh, apple pie flavored Kit Kats. They cooked with this one. This is good. This is pretty good. Halloween angel pie. Okay. This isn't bad. This tastes like a moon pie that we have in the US, but with a small spicy kick. It's pretty good. Each box comes with a guide booklet that explains every item. So even if you're unfamiliar, you'll learn cultural facts and about seasonal flavors. Also, this booklet provides detailed information on common allergens, potential food traces, and if the snack is suitable for vegetarians. So whether you're unboxing it with friends or watching some classic Japanese horror, there's always something exciting to discover. So what are you waiting for? Experience Japan at home today by going to tokyotreat.com/SpookyRice. The link is in the description. And use my code SpookyRice to get $5 off your first box. And get ready to experience Japan in the comfort of your own home. Go to tokyotreat.com/SpookyRice, link in the description, and use my code SpookyRice to get $5 off your first box. Get ready to experience Japan in the comfort of your own home. Thanks to Tokyo Treat for sponsoring the video. Back to this treat that I promise is water. A scientist discovered it's fresh water from a lake, and that hair doesn't belong to an animal. It belongs to a baby. On August 27th, Kobayashi visits Kanayano, hoping to interview this Supergirl. Her mom says she's been sick since the TV appearance, and doctors can't figure out why. But even weirder is this never-before-seen TV footage, showing two comedians with an actress, Marika Matsumoto. This actress is playing herself, so she is a real person. Marika apparently has a spider sense that can feel ghosts, finding an area with dead trees and sticky ectoplasm everywhere. She genuinely looks horrified before falling and screaming her brains out. Don't worry, Queen Marika is okay. She talks on a live TV show about what happened, but then they bring out this nincompoop, another crackhead, introducing him like he's Darth Vader. Look at this crackhead! Kobayashi meets with the TV directors, seeing the full tape of Marika's breakdown. Right before she screamed, they see something behind her. In December, Kanayano, the psychic girl, is no longer sick, but when Kobayashi goes to interview her, she pushes dishes off the table and cries for help. The parents close the door on Kobayashi, leaving him with whatever can do that. Also in December, another variety show interviews our favorite crackhead. His name is Mitsuo Hori, and he can see things we can't see. Anyway, see this sign? This is Kanayano again, and she went missing. The only clue to where she went is a creepy drawing saying help. The pattern resembles the drawings of our favorite crackhead Hori, and he says ectoplasm worms ate Kana whole. Honestly, I'm getting scared of him, but this is even more scarier. With no real leads, Kobayashi meets with Marika, who lets him know she is haunted. She's possessed in her sleep, and at one point she leaves out of her window for a bit before coming back, like she went to go fight crime or some shit. Really, she tied loops on this balcony, leaving you to think what she might do with the rope and the balcony. In January 2004, Kana is still missing. They investigate Queen Marika again, hearing a voice saying, Kagutaba is a name, also said by our favorite crackhead earlier. Meeting with this historian teaches us that Kagutaba is a demon. 200 years ago, there was once a small village named Shimokage, now submerged in water. Jujutsu sorcerers developed a spell that summoned Kagutaba to cause disaster upon their enemies. Kagutaba instead caused disaster against everybody else, and they developed the demon ritual to trap it deep underground. The ritual has been done for 200 years. Kobayashi makes his way to the area where the village was, learning the final demon ritual was recorded by the priest who led the ritual. Mr. Ishii is the same last name as the crackhead woman from the beginning. Pay attention to this final ritual. This is Kagutaba, the same face that Kana Yano drew back in the beginning. The ritual is stopped when the woman playing Kagutaba starts wailing. This is what we saw in the beginning. The priest Ishi died. Only his daughter is alive and recently moved back to this area. Look at that dog. And that dog. Look at all these dogs. Around the Ishi property are tons of looped ropes, just like something out of Uzumaki. Ah, it's Junko Ishi again. Violence personified. He's all bite but no bark. Kobayashi walks around the small village learning they aren't welcomed. Get the hell out. They learn from Junko's old friend that Junko moved to Tokyo to go to nursing school, but then she changed after that demon ritual. They ask around Tokyo about Junko Ishi, learning from a former co-worker that Junko will perform illegal pregnancy terminations. Sorry guys, YouTube might age restrict me if I say the other word. So Junko performed illegal A words and would steal the fetuses. Now what did she do with the fetuses? In February, Kobayashi meets Queen Marika, learning from her that her neighbor Midori has offed herself by from a swing, her and 6 other strangers. She blames herself and is sick with guilt. She lives with Kobayashi and his wife Keiko, cooking a gourmet lunch and raising up the audience with how kawaii she is, before suddenly
Marika-chan?
Horrified, Kobayashi and Marika visit the biggest crackhead, Hori. It's my birthday today. I turned 5 years old. They show him the tape of Junko Ishi fighting them and I never seen someone so horrified in a horror movie. Marika has a princess moment by asking Kobayashi to take her to the shrine where they did the last ritual. If she does the ritual, it might free her from the demon. They drive to the shrine, looking like Scooby-Doo and gang. The village is beneath this dam and boat out to where the shrine is and perform the ritual exactly like how the priest did. I mean, look at her face. Yet, she feels free of the demon. Hori freaks out and runs into the forest. Kobayashi chases after Hori all night into the forest, getting lost and seeing the corpses of neighborhood dogs. In the middle of this magic field is a dozen dogs laid to rest, and the cameraman is busy chasing Marika after she runs deep into the woods. Hori leads Kobayashi to a secluded shrine, capturing in night vision a ghost version of Kana Yano surrounded by slimy fetuses, all while both Marika and Hori have paranormal seizures. While those two are at a hospital, Kobayashi and the cameraman go to Junko Ishi's house. They break inside this nasty home, finding pigeons, deceased dogs, and the corpse of Junko, who offed herself. And right in the corner is her son. Unfortunately, Kana Yano, who is missing this whole movie, is found dead. They rescue Junko's son and Kobayashi adopts the boy. They ask him questions about his mom, but he's like, no, fuck you. Marika is all healed up and returns to TV, and Hori is sent to a mental health facility. Kobayashi revisits the village historian and learns the spell used to summon Kagutaba. It involves sacrificing baby monkeys, offering them as a meal to a medium. Junko Ishi did the same thing, sacrificing the fetuses and forcing Kana Yano to eat them. Junko wanted to resurrect Kagutaba. They believe with Kana's death, since she was the medium, the Kagutaba demon is contained. That is the official end of the documentary. But 2 days after the documentary is completed, Kobayashi's house burned down. His wife died in the fire, and he himself is missing. Hori escapes the facility only to be found dead in an air duct soon after. A package is sent to a news station, sent by Kobayashi himself, holding the footage that'll horrify us all. On the night of the fire, Hori escaped the facility and visits Kobayashi, screaming that Kagutaba is alive. Hori attacks Kobayashi's wife with a rock and threatens to harm Junko Ishi's son. He then kills him with the rock, only for the boy to get up, having the face of Kagutaba for a split second. Then Keiko gets possessed and Hori knocks out Kobayashi and takes the boy. Possessed Keiko pours gasoline all over herself and lights herself on fire. The last words we hear are Kobayashi screaming his wife's name with absolute pain in his voice. Masafumi Kobayashi is missing to this day. And that is Noroi the Curse. To recap, a village's spell released the demon spirit Kagutaba. Junko Ishii, cursed during the final ritual to stop this demon, ends up compelled to resurrect Kagutaba, affecting the lives of many people we've seen in this documentary. Kagutaba reminds me of Pazuzu in The Exorcist. In fact, this movie is like The Exorcist in documentary format. Also, it reminds me of death itself, like an invisible force that dooms your fate. The best thing I love about this movie is the sound effects, the ambience tracks. It really built a doomed, despair-y kind of feel that contributes to all the horror. The psychological unease you feel is crazy because it takes a lot to make me nervous in a film. I think this is a good job at a found footage documentary style film. If you told me this was real as a kid, I'd believe you. I enjoyed the folklore and I enjoyed how this film builds up the moments of intense creepiness. The most disturbing moment is probably the ending. It was the most violent part of the movie, and hearing Kobayashi wail for his wife was heartbreaking. He was so calm during this investigation and you finally see him break. I love the part where Marika was possessed for the first time, and also that forest ritual was super creepy. Most enjoyed moment is probably when Hori was scared out of his mind. He in general was a funny addition to this movie, like damn Jar Jar Binks. He helped calm things down from the intense doom. Now, I got 3 goats for you to watch. Carve the Slit-Mouthed Woman, directed by Koji Shirashi, another paranormal curse. Next, we got Uzumaki, the film adaptation of one of the most famous horror mangas of all time, showing a cursed town's obsession with spirals. Lastly, we got the most banned anime in the world, Midori. Don't eat and watch that at the same time. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe to see more Spooky Rice. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.